We work so you can play.
Training with Paul!
Here's the new Blood Angels Furioso Dreadnought. In this quick video I'm going to show you how it assembles. I assembled it as the Librarian Dreadnought, but I also did a conversion for the Death Company Dreadnought with an Assault on Black Reach one. So here's some of the sprues. So as you can see, there's 3 at the front to the sarcophagus. There's also the Magna Grapple piece there, and here's some of the Blood Talons, the Blood Fist pieces. There's the Librarian's Force Weapon. Here's just the backside, so you see the same there. The Dreadnought legs and everything else are the same as the old, all the other Space Marine Dreadnoughts, so all the parts are interchangeable. As well, there's a bit of conversion options here. Here's the Blood Claws. Blood Claws that work like lightning claws. There's part of the Magna Grapple. This is the Librarian's arm, and here's the frag cannon. There's the other side of that sprue. See, the feet are a little bit different, but in general, all the pieces are interchangeable. So here's the sarcophagus. This is stage 1 on the assembly. I put the Librarian one on the front here. That's an extra piece. This head has the death mask. It actually goes in behind, and it's glued in there. There's the regular Furioso front and the Death Company one. I'm going to use this one later, and I'll show you how to make another conversion, but you could use any of the fronts for that. Here are the legs, so they go together in 2 pieces, and then the shin pads go on. These are the Librarian type ones, just a piece of scroll. There's the Death Company one, and then there's another one as well. Yeah. So here's the Blood Claw. Very similar to the usual Dreadnought hand, except just a bit longer. I mean, it counts as the same thing. And then Stormbolter on the bottom for the Librarian. That's the only option you have. You can see a little bit of Blood Angel's iconography. And here's the Force Weapon hand. So it's similar to one of the Ironclad arms that I remember. I think it's the Ram or something. And here's basically assembled very fast. So the legs, top, and then the arms. Obviously, you don't glue those on, so they're interchangeable. Or you can take them off if the weapons get destroyed. But the Librarian Dreadnought, there's no options for different equipment, so it's as is. You don't have to worry about picking the wrong weapons to put on there, because you only have Stormbolter option. And yeah, went together quickly. Now here's what I did. This is a Assault on Black Reach Dreadnought front, so I'm using a razor saw to cut in here, and I'm going to cut down here as well. And that will allow me to take the front of that sarcophagus off and put the Death Company one. There it is, over there. And you can see I'm cutting across here. I'm going to have to cut carefully here, so I need to save this piece. But all the rest of this can kind of get destroyed. So you can see how I'm cutting there. So the piece in behind there I need to keep. But the other pieces that were going there, they kind of came off. I'm going to use this as a piece of scenery later. The one thing you have to be careful about is these guys. You want to keep those. They're not part of this piece for the other Dreadnought. Oh. Okay, so here's a cut all the way down, and then I cut the other way here to get even. There ended up being a bit of a gap here, so if I do this again, which I will, for another Assault on Black Reach Dreadnought, I'll be a bit more careful, but I figure you won't see that when it's all put together. And so I had to cut around these guys. It was a bit difficult. You can see a piece there still left. I'm going to cut that off with a X-Acto knife. And there's that piece that goes up at the top that I need to save. That piece is going to go in there, and the whole Death Company front will be right here. There's the head. So that's how it's going to fit together. I've trimmed this here around, left these pieces in, and this whole piece will just come on here. Like I said, there's a bit of a gap there, but I'm going to cover that up. Well, actually you won't see it, so I'm just going to leave it. Now I had to trim this piece. Sorry, that's a bit blurry. This is the shin pad for the Death Company Dreadnought. So I had to cut those female pieces there, the socket for the pins on the other Dreadnought. I had to cut those flush, and I had to cut this whole shin pad off, so I kind of destroyed that in the process. You see there, I had to trim it right down. And that's the sarcophagus on the front there. So this piece here is part of the Assault on Black Reach Dreadnought, and these are Assault on Black Reach bits that stick through. I had to trim a little bit right there just to make it a bit better. Almost fits perfectly, but not quite. And there's a bit of a gap underneath there, but you you won't see that. And I'm going to put this shin pad right on there. You can see things don't, like they don't quite match up, but once you have the arm on there, it won't matter. There's that gap. Again with that gap, and you can see matches up pretty good. A little bit of a gap there. It's going to be all black, so you won't notice. But now that I told you, you might. And these shin pads, I just glued that on the front there with some glue. I normally use liquid glue, but I use a bit of gel glue just because it'll help fill the gaps a bit. It wasn't a perfect fit. And you'll notice that there's a bit of a difference there. The Assault on Blackreach Dreadnought, because it's all one piece, you miss that detail there, but not a big deal. That's it.